Okay, peace and light, family. I hope that everyone is well and happy and whole and all that good stuff. How y'all doing? Happy almost something like close to about to be New Year's Eve. If you follow the traditional New Year, which is January 1st. And you know, we're gonna get right into it for this video. We not playing around, wellness community. I see y'all. Shout out to the wellness community, butterflies in the sky. I see y'all. Much love, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. The intention of this video is to discuss New Year's, the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day traditions, and rituals to bring the energies of abundance, the energy of love, the energy of peace, the energy of lights and knowledge and wisdom, and all the good things that we enjoy manifesting. The intention of this video is to explain what are some things that you can do that are accessible, that are affordable, that are fun, that can be family oriented or individual? What are some things that you can do to attract the energies that you desire as you start off the new year? Okay, so let's just get right into it. Huh? Now the thing is, y'all, I do want to acknowledge that the New Year celebration is different for everyone. It's different for every culture. So of course, right now, today is December 28th. So, of course, we're talking about the traditional Gregorian New Year, which would be January 1st. However, I do want to acknowledge that you can celebrate and honor the New Year at any time that you would like. So you can honor the Gregorian New Year, which is January 1st. You can do the Lunar New Year, which is the end of the final moon cycle, the 13th moon cycle. So that would be January 22nd, 2023 would be the Lunar New Year. You can honor the new year as your new birthday, right? Your birthday is your new year of life. So you can honor that as the new year. You can do the Ifa New Year. You can do the spring equinox, which is in March, and that could be your new year. Some people honor the spring equinox as their new year because that is when the earth, opens up and things start manifesting. So they wait until the manifestation season to start honoring the new year. Some folks like to do it for the lunar new year because that is when you set your intention for what shall manifest in the spring. So, everybody chooses to do it differently. Again, the intention of this video is to explain some rituals and traditions that you can practice for whenever you want to honor and celebrate the new year. If you want to do it January 1st, cool. You want to wait till the spring equinox, cool. You want to wait and do it for the lunar new year, January 22nd, cool. It's all up to you, but you can do these at any time to manifest abundance and love and peace and all that good stuff. Okay, y'all know this is almost like a tradition of ours. Okay, this is probably about my third or fourth New Year's video, and every year when I do it, I try to do it understanding what that year is bringing, right? Understanding the numerology of that year. So 2023, 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 3 is 7, right? So 22, 0, 2 plus 0 is 2. 23, 2 plus 2, excuse me, that's 4, plus 3, that's 7. So this is the year of 7. 7 is the number of God. A lot of people speak about 7 as the number of completion, which is true, but it's also the number of God energy. It's the number of abundance. It's the number of manifestation. 7 is such a beautiful number. And again, we associate that. I associate that with God energy. I associate that with divinity, with divine energy. So 2020, 2020, where the list come from, huh? Where the list come from? So 2023 is a year of manifesting abundance. It's a year of manifesting our higher, deeper connection with God, our deeper connection with our higher self or the divine source, however you see fit. Okay. Now, this is the thing. I want y'all to understand, you know, um, when we talk about manifestation, we talk about connecting to a higher source, the divine source, the number 7, God energy, supreme energy. When we talk about that, I want y'all to know that you as an individual have the power to manifest anything and everything that you desire. And I want you to know that You are never not enough to manifest. You are always manifesting. The question is, are you being intentional about it? I feel like oftentimes we talk about words like manifestation, and people think that you have to have like a special power to be able to do that. You are a reflection of God. God is within you. You know, my favorite quote: "If God were the ocean, we are all we are all a cup of God. If God is the ocean, we are all a cup of God." And the thing about it is understanding that 2023, the year of seven, the year of divine energy, the year of God energy, is the year of you. It's the year of you. It's the year of building a higher, deeper connection with you, because you are the divine source. You are a version of divine source. So your Ori, your higher divine self that dwells within you, this is the year for it to bloom. So again, you have everything you need to manifest already dwelling within you. I don't ever want you to feel like you are not enough. I don't ever want you to feel like you got to go through a special ritual or a special initiation to be able to manifest and attract what it is that you desire. I want you to know that the God within you has the ability to connect with the highest source, has the ability to attract any and everything that you want. It's all about tapping into that, okay? So, what are some things that we can do? What are some New Year's rituals? Now, I got to start off with the traditional. So, yesterday on my Instagram story, I asked the question. I told them I was gonna go live about my New Year's rituals and things like that. And I said, what are some things y'all like to do? And what I'm so happy about is folks was keeping it very traditional, very old school. Hey, for me, what I like to do is I like to clean my house top to bottom. You know, I like to make my black eyed peas and greens. And we're going to talk about all of that and the meaning of all of that. But I was happy to see that because I noticed that right now on TikTok, a sister had posted in the wellness community group chat, and she was like, what is the tradition? I keep hearing about the grapes. And excuse me, right now on TikTok, a lot of people are talking about, you know, you go under the table and you eat 12 grapes, 12 to represent, we're going to talk about all that too, 12 to represent, 12 grapes to represent the number of months. In some traditions, like what I'm familiar with, is 13 grapes to represent the 13 moon cycles. That's the completion of a year, so on and so forth. And I'm happy that when I asked the question in my IG story of what do y'all do for New Year's, a lot of people kept it very traditional, because I'm just, before I even start with all the different rituals and traditions, I want to say this. I'm going to talk about rituals and traditions from different cultures, right? But I want to tell African American people that your culture is more than enough. Your traditions are more than enough. Right now, there are a lot of folks who are talking about the 12 grapes or the 13 grapes, and that comes from you know, Latino or Latinx tradition, right? Latino Latinx traditions, right? And I want, and of course it has it's transferred from other traditions as well, but it's primarily a Latin thing. And it's a beautiful tradition. Of course, it's always beautiful to have cultural exchanges and to exchange traditions from all over, right? But I want, did he stop? Stop, please. Salam over here playing with his ball, y'all. Diddy over here having a good old time. But you know, I want y'all to know that as an African American, your traditions are enough. I feel like oftentimes as African Americans, we fantasize and we romanticize other people's traditions and other people's ways of life, because I feel like deep down inside, covertly, some folks feel like what they grandmama did and they grandmama's grandmama did wasn't enough. It's not romantic enough. It's not beautiful enough, you know. So you hear about these things like the 12 grapes and the 13 grapes. Y'all, let's keep in mind the energy and the intention. So as I discuss these traditions, as I discuss these rituals from various cultures, I want you to know that the intention of most of these rituals is the same. So you don't have to do all of them. You just do the ones that feel well for you. You do the ones that your spirit leads you to, and your spirit, not your broken self, not your unhealed inner child, not your low self esteem, not your abandonment, not your ego, not that inner child that was bullied for not being of a specific culture or specific tradition or demon, not from any of those places. What does your spirit lead you to do? Okay. The intentions and the energies behind most of these traditions are the same, but they just vary based on culture. I want to remind you that no matter what culture you are, your culture is more than enough. And yes, you have the right, and I'm not even going to say the right, but you have the ability to be able to borrow from other cultures. But again, I want to remind you that your culture is more than enough, especially for my African American people. I don't want y'all to look at romanticize other cultures and you abandon your collard greens and black eyed peas to pick up these 12 grapes. Don't abandon your culture because it's all being done with the same intention. You abandon cleaning your house and all of that because you want to run around with empty luggage so you could bring traveling energy and an abundance energy. Well, y'all, it's all done with the same energy. So again, your culture is more than enough. Okay, it's more than enough, and I'll do a whole nother video discussing that. For me, I have to be honest. For me, it's a bit triggering uh when I see the grapes trending, right, and so many African American people are like, oh, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. Well, ooh, I ain't never heard about that one. I'm gonna do that. And why is the black eyed peas and the greens not trending? Why is the cinnamon brooms not trending? Why are the hoodoo traditions not trending? Why are you romanticizing these traditions from another culture? And again, those traditions are beautiful, but yours are enough too. Yours are beautiful too. And it's triggering for me because, as many of y'all know, my father is from Panama. My mother, her family is from the deep south. My mother was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, but her family is from the deep south, right? So my mother's African American. And I cannot tell y'all how many times I would have my African American friends be like, why you don't talk about being Panamanian more? Why you don't talk about your Panamanian culture? Why you don't talk about that? And I was like, I talk about them equally. But I knew that for them, oftentimes they would see my father being from Panama as like this special thing and this grand thing. And like, you should talk about that more. You should, like, that should be the highlight of my life. And it's not. I value my cultures equally. And I feel like a lot of us don't. So when times like this come around and I'm seeing African Americans romanticize another culture, I'm like, y'all, but your stuff is dope too. Like, this is dope too. Yes, the grapes is fun and the grapes is a good time and it's a beautiful thing, but your collard greens and black eyed peas is dope too. Your cinnamon brooms and cleaning the house from corner to corner and laying salt down and putting coins around and putting coins under the plate. That's dope too. Okay, so all of it is a beautiful thing. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about the traditions and rituals from various cultures. Again, you can have cultural exchanges and you can exchange with cultural exchanges, not appropriation. Let's keep that in mind. Cultural exchanges, okay? You are giving credit to the culture where it comes from. You're giving credit to the culture where it's come from. Cultural appropriation is when you take and try to pretend like you came up with it or it's native to your culture. Okay, the 12 grapes under the table is not native to African American culture, the same way collard greens and black eyed peas is not native to other folks' culture. Okay, so we can have cultural exchanges where we can exchange traditions and rituals and give credit to where it comes from. And how I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna explain what the tradition is, and I'm going to explain the energy or why it's done, right? The intention of the tradition. Okay, so being that I just went on my whole little thing about African Americans valuing their traditions, we're going to start off with some good old hoodoo traditions. What are some good hoodoo traditions to attract abundance and peace and love and manifest all of that for the new year? Y'all, We got to start with the New Year's Eve, the things you are supposed to do before New Year's Day, because there is a difference. Now, oftentimes in hoodoo practice, it is believed that on New Year's Day, you are really supposed to just sit and be and meditate in peace and love and all of that stuff. So, New Year's Eve, right before New Year's, is when you start doing the work. What is some of the work you're supposed to do according to hoodoo tradition? And also, a lot of other traditions believe this as well. We got to start off with cleaning the house from top to bottom. You supposed to, y'all know, if you African American, you grew up in an African American household, New Year's Eve, or right before New Year's, you could start now, because I don't want y'all to be woe out by the time New Year's come. So right before New Year's, you're supposed to clean that house from top to bottom, corner to corner. And the purpose of cleaning the house is to get any old energy out, to cleanse out any old energy. So two traditions in one right here. You clean the house, you're supposed to open up all the windows. The reason you open up all the windows is to give space for the energy to leave. You got to give a place for the energy to escape. So open up all your windows and then start cleaning your house from top to bottom. You got to sweep the whole house, mop it. You could clean with ammonia. You could do a spiritual floor wash where you could put certain herbs like basil or rosemary or sage in your floor wash and cleanse your floor. With the floor wash, you can use ammonia. Okay, that's also a part of hoodoo tradition, using ammonia. So you can make a special floor wash. You could use homemade Florida water. If you're in a Patreon, I have a Florida water recipe in there. You could do the floor wash with that, but you want to sweep and mop your entire floor. Clean your house from corner to corner, top to bottom. You need to wash all your clothes before the new year, because you can't wash clothes on New Year's Day. So before the new year, you're supposed to wash all your clothes, because they say if you wash the clothes on New Year's Day, somebody gonna die. That was the belief back in the day. Y'all know that. They'll say if you wash clothes on New Year's Day, somebody gonna pass away. So you can't wash them on New Year's Day. All the clothes got to be washed before the new year. The house clean from top to bottom, corner to corner. And again, the intention of this is to remove and let out any closed energy. Any old energy. You gotta have all your windows open and let the old energy go. Anything you do not want to keep and bring into 2023, you let it go. And as you are sweeping the floor, corner to corner, you are saying, I release this, I release that, we remove this, we remove that, whatever it is that you want to leave behind in the old year. Okay, whatever it is you want to leave behind in the old year, that's what you do. Now, this is where things get a little. Okay, good hoodoo tradition. Once you clean that house, you got to lay your salt down. Okay, you got to lay your salt down. So you put a sprinkle of salt in the corner of the four corners of your home. Okay, a sprinkle of salt in the four corners of your home. Now the purpose of the salt is they say to keep the haints away. The salt keeps the haints away. The salt keeps any negative energy, anything you don't want. You keep the salt. You lay the salt down in the corners of your home to keep the haints away. Now then you go outside. When you go outside, you got to turn around. You sprinkle your cinnamon in your hand and you blow your cinnamon in. The cinnamon is for abundance. So New Year's Eve, before the clock strikes midnight, your whole home's supposed to be clean from top to bottom. You will have laid your salt down and all of that stuff. All the windows is open. You're letting out all the old energy. Okay, lay your salt down and stuff. Once you lay your salt down, when the clock strikes 12, boom, midnight, you go outside your home, turn around and blow your cinnamon in, okay? So moving into New Year's Day, you blow your cinnamon in the home. The cinnamon brings abundance, okay? So that's a part of hoodoo tradition. You could have a cinnamon broom at your front door. A cinnamon broom is brooms keeps the haints away, and then cinnamon is to attract positive energy and abundance. So you have your cinnamon broom by your front door, okay? And cinnamon broom is protective. Outside of your home, out of the perimeter of your home, or if you live in an apartment, you could just do it at your threshold. The perimeter of your home, you could lay down some brick dust, you could lay down some salt, or you could lay down some casserolia. Okay, if you don't have casserolia, you could just use eggshells. Okay, casserolia is really just like equivalent to ground eggshells. So you could do ground eggshells or casserolia brick dust, or salt. And you lay that at the threshold of your home and it protects you. Okay, it protects you against any negative energy. All right, so that's how you do a protective barrier. So blow your cinnamon in. You can do your protective barrier, keep any negativity away. Blow your cinnamon in for abundance, and that's how you set your home for the year. Of course, a smoke bowl. Okay, of course, a smoke bowl. In a smoke bowl, you can have any herbs that you like to use that can purify and cleanse your home. All right. So New Year's Eve and on New Year's Day, y'all know I keep me a smoke bowl going. Okay. You can put any types of herbs you like to use. So you can use frankincense. You can use myrrh. You can use copal. You can use sage. You can use any type of sage that you prefer. Of course, keep it respectful. You know, white sage is native to the Native Americans, the indigenous people, and right now there's a issue with white sage being overused. Therefore, it's being mainstreamed and people are taking advantage of that resource. So we want to try to use different types of sage. Okay, so if you use sage, cool. You can use basil. You can use bay leaf. Bay leaf is good for dispelling. You can use rosemary. Rosemary is good for abundance as well as purifying. So make you a smoke bowl. Put whatever herbs that you want to put in the smoke bowl and keep a smoke bowl going all through the night. All through the night. Keep a smoke bowl going. Okay. And that's good for you could do that New Year's Eve and moving into New Year's Day. I advise that New Year's Eve and moving into New Year's Day, then you keep a smoke bowl going the whole time. Yes, you can use Palo Santo. Palo Santo is also good. You can use Palo. So again, you use any types of herbs that you prefer. Salam. Diddy. Okay. Okay. So yes, you can use any types of herbs that you prefer. Okay. So keep you a good little smoke bowl going. Now, this is the thing. All right. With these hoodoo traditions, because we're gonna move to other cultures, but with these hoodoo traditions, I want you to be mindful that setting your home is important. But even if you are not home, you can still do these things when you return home or before you go. But you have to set your home. You have to set your home. You have to cleanse out and welcome in. You cleanse out anything that you don't desire and you welcome in love, abundance, ancestors, all of that. Okay. So setting your home is key. But if you are not home, I advise that you set it before you leave or set it when you return. Okay. But if you are not home, y'all know I'm big on a traveling altar. I'm big on juju jars. I'm big on mojo bags. I have multiple videos on those. Okay. Please, all the herbs and everything I'm naming, you can put that in a traveling altar. Okay. So have you a little traveling altar in your car or wherever you are. Keep it in your suitcase. Okay. Get you a mojo bag, get you a juju jar, and put all of these herbs and things in there. All right. Now, the thing about it is, y'all know we got to talk about, because we still on hoodoo. We got to talk about the black eyed peas. We got to talk about the collard greens. We got to talk about the cornbread. And this is why I started the video and I said, I want African Americans to know that your traditions and your culture is more than enough, because oftentimes we hear about these things and we don't, we just grew up with it. So you don't think about the significance and the why behind it, and you don't understand the beauty of it. But let me explain to you. Because we just talk about cleansing your home and you put your salt down and you blow your cinnamon in. Also, you put your coins in the corner of your home. The coins is for abundance. You do your brick dust and your casserole and your salt at the threshold of your home for protection. You got your cinnamon broom. We talked about all of that, right? Let's talk about the greens, the black eyed peas, the cornbread. Family, you grew up in an African American household when on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, some people do it the day of, some people do it the eve. We did it the eve because you were supposed to have it on the stove coming into the new year. Collard greens for abundance. You could do collard greens, you could do cabbage. Okay. I know, new age, huh? New age. Some of y'all gonna be doing kale, which is cool, but you want to do any green vegetable for abundance. Collard greens, kale, cabbage, any green vegetable, any green leafy vegetable for abundance. Okay. Now, Your black eyed peas also represents protection, and good luck. Those black eyed peas represents what some people call I call it the eye of Ra, the protective eye. Some people say the evil eye. I don't really like the term the evil eye. I like the term the protective eye or the eye of Ra, but that's what the black eyed peas represent. Okay. You said you need a good black recipe for black eyed peas. Don't start with me. Don't start with me. You know what? I'll put my black eyed pea recipe in the Patreon because y'all, one thing I'm gonna do, is I make some good black eyed peas and mine's is vegan. Okay, but I do want to say this because we're gonna talk about that as well. You got to have your black eyed peas on the stove. Okay, so you put your greens, you put your black eyed peas, your greens for abundance, your black eyed peas for protection. And then you also supposed to have your cornbread. Your cornbread represents the gold. Your cornbread represents abundance as well. So that's the traditional meal is your greens, your black eyed peas, your cornbread. Now, I got to say this, y'all. Okay. For my non-meat eaters like myself, I don't eat land animals, So for the non-meat eaters, if you don't eat pork, it's okay, it's cool. But I do have to say that pork is a representation because a lot of the elders, a lot of the ancestors would cook the greens and cook the black eyed peas and put some smoked pork in there, okay? Pork is the representation for moving forward in abundance, all right? So if we talk about manifesting abundance, we talk about manifesting love, we talk about manifesting wisdom, pork does represent moving forward in abundance. So I'm not saying that you have to use the pork. Again, you don't have to do any of these traditions. You don't have to do any of these traditions. But if you feel called to, I got to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, because anything else is a lie. The whole truth is traditionally some pork is used for abundance. And let me explain. Because when pigs are in their natural habitat, when pigs are in the wild, they move forward to forage. They move forward to eat, to find, to seek, to attract. Okay. So the pork represents moving forward in abundance. All right. So I'm not saying that you have to put the smoked pork in the greens or you got to put the smoked pork in the black eyed peas. But I'm saying if you do choose to do it and your spirit is craving it, it's for a reason. The ancestors might be speaking to you. The ancestors might be speaking to you. Okay. But that's the purpose of the smoked pork. Okay. Now, for me personally, will I do it? I don't feel led. But if I did feel led to do it, if I got the scent of the pork and if I got signs that I needed to do it, I would do it. Okay, I would cook the pork down and put some on my ancestor altar, which moves us forward. So now your house is clean, your home is set, you got your brick dust and your casserole laid out, everything is set for your home, You got your black eyed peas, you got your greens on the stove, you got your cornbread sitting out. You need to make a little plate for your ancestors. You need to make a little plate for your ancestors. Okay? Put some out for the ancestors. Please. Please. Put some out for the ancestors. They deserve to eat too. They deserve to be well too. You trying to attract ancestor energy? Let's talk about that, y'all. Okay. We moving. Let's talk about that. Attracting ancestor energy. As I said, your home is supposed to have been cleansed. Okay, your home supposed to have been you released any negative energy you don't want. You want to call in ancestor energy. I keep telling y'all about that Impepo. The Impepo is the South African sage. Okay, it's a sage native to South Africa. Get some Impepo, and Impepo is used in South Africa to call the ancestors forward, to bring the ancestors to you. Okay, so get you some Impepo. If you don't have Impepo, there are other herbs that you can use. Okay, you can use some frankincense and call the ancestors to you. So get you some frankincense resin, get you some frankincense incense, but you want to have these types of things smoking up in your house. Okay, put you a glass of water out because you got to represent all the elements. So you got your water, you got your smoke bowl. Your smoke bowl represents your smoke bowl represents air and fire. Okay, because if you got your piece of coal burning, you got your coal that represents the fire. You can have an incense that represents your air and your fire element as well. Put that food out for your ancestors, and you don't have to make them a big old elaborate plate. Put a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Little bit of this and a little bit of that. Okay, little bit. make them a little plate and put it out. Okay. And ideally, you want to have it, if you have an ancestor altar, you put it on your ancestor altar. If you don't have an ancestor altar, you can sit it close to, it don't have to be directly in front of, but sit it close to an open window. Okay. An open window. Now, hopefully you got a screen up. So you ain't, attracting no bugs and nothing. But yes, put it close to an open window. Now you said, what about essential oils, like diffusing essential oils? Absolutely. You can use essential oils as well. You could diffuse it. So you can do incense, you can do the resins, you can do the herbs, you can do the oil. Okay, it's all coming from the same thing, which is the actual the plant or stone. All right, so that's how most of it, if you have a traditional incense, that's how it should be made. It's made with the resin of the plant or the stone. Okay, so now we done cleaned the house. Okay, we done did all our laundry. We done laid our salt down in the corners. We done laid our coins down. You got your you protected your threshold. You got your broom up. You got your collard greens, black eyed peas, cornbread, and anything else you choose. If you got your salt pork, you got your salt pork. You done made your ancestors a plate. You got your ancestor altar nice and refreshed and cleaned up. You done cleaned down your ancestor altar. You got the plate on there. You got something burning. You got your cup of water and all of that stuff. Now it's time to make your plate. Somebody asked, how do you feel about fasting on a new year? I saw your question. I wanted to click it, but the comments is moving fast, which I'm appreciative that it's over 200 plus of y'all in here. I'm appreciative of that. I want to get to this question. They said, how do you feel about fasting? Let me tell you something. Okay, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but you asked me how I feel. I'm just going to share how I feel about it. I love fasting. I value fasting. I have a whole video on fasting. Whole video on fasting. I value fasting. This is the thing. Moving into the new year, sure, you can fast if your spirit leads you to fast. You can fast if your spirit leads you to do that. However, we're talking about traditions. Traditionally, you want to bring in the new year with a full belly. You want to bring in because we talk about manifesting abundance. We talking about manifesting love. We talk about manifesting all. You want to bring in the new year with a full belly. Okay. You want to be eating good. You want to be bringing the new year in joy and light and love and all of that. And not to say that you can't do that when fasting, because again, if you feel led to fast and fast, but we have to remember that fasting is rooted in sacrifice. Okay. So it just depends on what's your intentions. If you feel led to do that, you do that. But traditionally, we talk about tradition. Traditionally, we are bringing in the year in abundance. So we bring it in the year with full bellies. We bring it in the year with, come on with this next tradition, with money in our hands and in our pockets. You're supposed to put at least $1 or some coins or something in every pocket and hold it in both hands. So you're supposed to bring in with a belly full, hands full of money. Everything is about abundance, okay? So you bring in the year exactly how you want the year to go. So if we bring it in the year with money in all our pockets, money in all our hands, we supposed to bring in a year full of protection. The whole house is protected. The house is cleansed. We done blew our cinnamon in and all of that. That belly supposed to be full, baby. That belly supposed to be full. You are supposed to be a reflection of abundance. However, again, if you feel led to fast, please do. If you feel led to fast, please do. But it's that belly supposed to be full. We manifest in abundance. That belly supposed to be full. Okay. And hey, maybe you could fast and then eat for New Year's Day. That's up to you. All right. I hope y'all caught that other tradition with the money. You got to have money in all your hands, money in all your hands and all your pockets. Okay. So money is supposed to be overflowing. Everybody, even the kids. I remember one year we my aunt had did a hotel party for New Year's, right? And we had I think this, I want to say this was for the year 2000, right? Because that's when it was supposed to be like Y2K. Y'all remember that whole conspiracy theory? So she had got a hotel, and we all, the whole family was piled up in the hotel, and we brought the new year in like that. And everybody had to have $1 in their hand, even the kids. So they used to, the adults, right before the ball used to drop, the adults used to run around and put money in all the kids' hand. Hold your money, hold your money, hold your money, right? So that was like a big tradition, growing up, that everybody, even the babies, you gotta get a baby $1. Get a baby $1. The little newborn baby holding $1 in their hand. Like everybody gotta have money in their hand or any representation of wealth for you, wherever you are, however you like to represent. I don't care if you want to have cowrie shells or whatever, but some type of representation of wealth needs to be in your hand. Okay, so that's another big hoodoo tradition. All right, so we got the house clean, you got your money, you got everything is going on. Okay, that's all hoodoo stuff now. Okay, let's talk about some of the other traditions that are across cultures, but also in hoodoo culture. That could be a little, a little problematic, but it's a part of tradition. So again, I'm just here to offer options. If you choose to do it, do it. Let's talk about the tradition of you got to have a man walk through your front door with money. That's a tradition. Now the idea, because we talk about manifesting love. The idea is you have a man walk through your front door with money. A man, yes, a handsome man got to walk through the door. Come on, that's the tradition. Oh, I love your profile picture. That's so cute. Mars and Neptune conversations. Your profile picture is so cute. But okay, you said I need a handsome man to walk through my door now and after midnight. Look, that's the tradition. Now, a lot of folks feel like, okay, that's gendered, it's all the gender stuff and everything. Yes, but we got to share the tradition and you choose if you want to participate. But ideally, you're supposed to have a man walk through your front door with money. Okay, and that's the part of the tradition. And again, it's to attract love and all of that. So you choose if you want to participate in that. Growing up, we ain't never do that. Growing up, we never had it was like a joke, but we never had a man walk through the front door with no money. That was never a thing for us. However, if that's what you choose to do, you do it. But I will say we never did it, and a lot of the women in my family growing up was single. So maybe they should have. The women in my family never did that, but a lot of them was also single. So it may be a little correlation, Maybe a little correlation. Okay, maybe a little correlation there. I just thought about it in this moment. They didn't never do it, but they also didn't keep no man. So I don't know. y'all might want to do that one, But okay, let's move forward with manifesting love. Y'all know I'm gonna say, of course, we talk about manifesting love. We're speaking about the energy. So it's not about manifesting it's not always about manifesting a partner, a lover. We talk about loving relationships, platonic and non-platonic. Okay. We talking about self-love. We talking about love, the energy as a whole, and however that energy shows up. That's what it is. Okay. So and the same with abundance, the same with prosperity, the same with wealth, the same with protection. However that energy shows up, that's what it is. So we talk about manifesting the energy of love. We got to talk about it, Y'all got to make y'all a little juju jar. Okay. Y'all got to make y'all a little something to keep close to you, to keep on the side of the bed. A little love jar. Okay. Now you can have you a little love juju jar. You can make you a little plate or something, but you need to put a couple of these things together for love. Okay. If you don't want to have the man walk through your door with money or whatever, that's cool. Let's talk about the juju jar. Some things you can put together to represent love. Of course, we got to go with the honey. So in a jar or on a plate, in a bowl, whatever. I don't care if you got a cup. I don't care what you use. If you put it in I don't care. Mojo bag, whatever. Honey. Honey represents love. Honey represents abundance and prosperity. So honey, cinnamon, abundance, love. Calendula, divine feminine, abundance, love. Honey, cinnamon, calendula. Rosemary. Okay, the rosemary is for protection, abundance. Rosemary is really good. A rose quartz. Okay, so 5 things. The rose quartz crystal represents love. You could put these things together. Okay, you could put them in a jar. You could put them on a plate. You could put them somewhere, but you want to keep it close to your bed at night. Keep it close to you. Okay, for love. Now, you can also take a spiritual bath with these things as well. For me personally, I usually like to bring my new year in a spiritual bath. In my spiritual bath water, I'm putting all the things I just named. I'm putting my honey, I'm putting a little bit of cinnamon. I'm putting some rosemary. I'm also adding some coconut in my spiritual bath water. I'm adding some coconut. Coconut represents protection as well as peace and abundance. I'm putting coconut in there. I'm putting calendula. If you don't have calendula, you can use sunflower. Okay, I'm putting calendula in there. I'm putting all of the things that I got my rose quartz in my hand. I got it sitting on the side of the bathtub. I'm putting all of the things, okay, in my bath water. Now, let's talk about the pennies, okay? I also like to surround my bathtub with pennies, okay? The pennies represent love, abundance, protection. Surround the bathtub with pennies. You can also add pennies to the juju jar if you're making this in the juju jar. Add the pennies to it as well. I need to go back a little bit too because I think I might have said it. I'm not sure if I said it, but when you are eating your plate of food for the new year, when you're eating your greens, your black eyed peas, and your cornbread, you're supposed to put some coins up under the plate while you're eating. So you could have coins in your hand and put your plate on top of your hand and be eating like this. You know, you could have the coins on the table, but you're supposed to sit the plate on top of some coins because all of that represents that represents abundance as well. I'm gonna do a whole video about the various coins and what each coin represents. But ideally, you want to get you some pennies and some dimes. Okay, some pennies and some dimes. Now, again, going back to our love stuff. So in your juju jar, you had thank you so much, DMKC, for writing everything down. In your juju jar, you got your honey, you got your cinnamon, you got your rose quartz, you got your calendula, you got your rosemary. Yes, you can add some rose to it. You got your coconut. If you're doing a spiritual bath, you got your coconut. Okay, you want to put your pennies in there. Anything else your spirit leads you to add. Okay, anything else your spirit leads you to add. You put that all in your juju jar. You're doing a spiritual bath. You put the pennies and the rose quartz around the bathtub. Okay, but all of this is to attract the energy of love. Okay, so those are some good things that you could do. All right, and again, you can honor the new year at any time when you're doing all of this. Okay, now I do want to talk about this is something that I learned about recently where and I believe it's a Louisiana voodoo tradition where they put they take when you do the cabbage, right? They said that they take the cabbage and you're supposed to roll the cabbage. You're supposed to get a man, okay, again, this is old school stuff now. So the gender things, and they say you're supposed to get a man, and a man in your family is supposed to have money in his pocket. He takes a cabbage from the back door. They're supposed to roll the cabbage from the back of the house to the front of the house. And that's supposed to bring in wealth and abundance. Okay. And then you clean the cabbage, cook it up, and everybody eats it. So that's one of their traditions. So again, you pick the tradition as your spirit leads you. Okay, you pick the tradition as your spirit leads you. But we just finished talking about everything from setting your house, protecting your house, bringing in abundance and love, cooking the food, how you eat the food. We talked about the ancestor altar. We talked about the juju jar for love. We talked about the spiritual bath. We talked about all of that. Okay, now, come on, good health. Come on, good health. This is the thing. Now, again, coming into hoodoo. One of the traditions, right, that they used to tell us to do for good health. You want a long life? You want a long life? They used to tell us you got to be inverted when the year comes in. So, and again, if you choose, but as the clock strikes 12, ideally you're supposed to be inverted. Okay, so inverted means that you could be against if you can't do a handstand, whatever, you can't stand on your head, can't do a headstand. You could be against the wall, put your feet up on the wall, lay on your back, put your feet up in the air, but your feet supposed to be up in the air to attract good health and longevity. Okay, that's what the tradition used to be. You're supposed to be inverted when the year comes in. Okay. And apparently, or what they used to say was the reason that you are inverted is because you are going against life trying to pull you under. You are going against the gravitational pull of the earth. So ideally, you are going against the gravity trying to pull you underground, huh? So you got to be inverted when the clock strikes midnight. All right, your feet up in the air. So if you in the spiritual bath, like myself, what I'm usually doing, my feet is I'm gonna be in the spiritual bath, and my feet gonna be over my head in the bath. Okay. If you're not in the bath, you laying in the house, you need to get down on the ground and put your feet up or do a handstand or something. Okay. Do something, but your feet needs to be over your head. However, they may get there. However, they may get there. Your feet needs to be over your head. However, they may get there. Okay. However, they may get there. However, they may get there. Your feet got to be over your head, huh? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Huh? Huh? However they may get there. Invert your feet for longevity. Come on, feet. Where you at? Did I miss the comment? I wanted to post that. I wanted to post that. Somebody said feet in the air, money in your hand. Come on. Come on, can you vision it? Can you vision money in your hands with your feet in the air? Come on, longevity. Longevity. Legs in the air with money in your hand. Come on, abundance. With your juju jar next to the bed. Could you come on, vision? Bring the vision. Come on. Come on, y'all. Get it done. Get it done. Have you a good year? You got to. We following spirit now. This is spirit led. Okay, they want us to be well. Huh? Y'all got to do it. I'm telling you, you got to do it. This stand for the ancestors, huh? They want you to do this, huh? It's not coming from me. They said it. Okay, but yes, y'all. Now, now the thing is, y'all, we got to we got to get to it and talk about, how can we incorporate knowledge? How can we incorporate wisdom that we have gained with enhancing these practices and enhancing these traditions? New Year's Day, of course, we done did all of our hoodoo stuff, all of our traditional elder rituals. You have the right to start new rituals. You have the right to start new traditions. A new tradition of mine for New Year's Day, I enjoy practicing some type of physical written manifestation. So for me, for New Year's Day, one of my favorite practices is vision boarding. I love to paint. Painting is how I vision board usually. So vision boarding, painting, doing anything creative, tapping into that divine feminine in order to manifest. So New Year's Day, do that. Okay? New Year's Day, do that. Do anything that feels well for you, where you can put your manifestations, put your desires on paper. New Year's Day, and this is once the clock strikes midnight, we in there. New Year's Day, start vision boarding. New Year's Day, start journaling your manifestations. New Year's Day, do a manifestation candle where you write down your intentions, you write down your manifestations. The clock strikes 12. Or after the clock strikes 12, you turn around and you light that manifestation candle. So you'll put the piece of paper, your manifestation paper, under your candle. It could be a plain white candle. And you want to light that candle and let that burn throughout the day. Okay, I don't even care if it's just a tea light candle, but light that. Okay, and do that on New Year's Day, because now for New Year's Day, we are moving in our manifestation. All right, we are moving in our abundance. All right, family. So I want y'all to keep that in mind. New Year's Day, you want to start manifesting. All right. You want to start manifesting. So vision board, journal, you can make it a family activity. It could be just an individual activity. Whatever it is, it's up to you. But you want to get that done for New Year's Day. Okay. And family, hold on, I want to move through my notes, make sure I did all my hoodoo stuff. And yes, I did. I actually did way more than what's on my notes. Okay, because as I'm talking to y'all, I'm remembering literally stuff that we did growing up. Okay, so like the money in the hands and things like that. I'm remembering all of that. Family, I do also want to remind y'all, as I said, you know, African American hoodoo traditions are beautiful. It's a great thing. You can do these anytime, but there are other cultural traditions, and we're going to talk about some of those as well. Patricia, I talked about that. I talked about if you are not home, I talked about you need to have you a traveling altar or a juju jar. So if you are not home, then you have everything that I named, that I talked about, that you put in your traveling altar. I mean, in your juju jar, you could carry that juju jar wherever you go. You can make a mojo bag and bring that wherever you go. So when I talked about the juju jar, the stuff for love, you could get you a little, if you don't, you don't want to pour honey in a mojo bag directly, get you a little vial, one of those, little 1 ounce little oil things. Get you one of those and put the honey in those and add it to the mojo bag with the herbs and with the crystals. So make you a traveling altar, make you a mojo bag, make you a juju jar where you are putting all of these things with you. If you don't, if you are traveling, stop by a soul food restaurant and get some greens and some black eyed peas and some cornbread. If you are traveling, you ain't make it yourself, cool. Stop by, pray over it, and get you some of that. When you are eating it, you got your little to-go plate. Put your pennies in your hand, put your to-go plate on top of your hand, and eat that. Sit in your car and eat that if you can. Okay, so if you are not home, then you definitely can do all of this while you are on the road. Okay, now this is, and again, as I told y'all before, if you are traveling, I advise before you leave your house, you set your home. So clean up, wash, do all your laundry, clean your house corner to corner, lay your salt down, put your coins down, protect your threshold, blow your cinnamon in, and then go ahead and hit the road and travel. If you already gone, when you come home, then do it. Okay, when you come home, then do it. Yes, thank you so much for reminding them. Some of y'all gonna have to watch the video from the beginning because I see that some of y'all done came in late. I talked about protection. I talked about all of that stuff. So you gonna have to watch the video from the beginning. But we got to move on and acknowledge the traditions of other cultures. Okay. So of course we got to go with the tradition. Now this tradition comes from a variety of places. I have a friend who is from Brazil, right? And she practices candomblé and for in Brazil, but I also know that this is, a tradition in a variety of cultures, including, I believe, Greek culture, Jewish culture, but you break the glass, right? So the idea with breaking the glass is when you break the glass, you are removing anything that is negative and you are welcoming in abundance. So you are allegedly, the idea is that you are breaking bonds with anything that does not serve you and opening up the world of abundance and love and peace. So you break glass. So when the clock strikes 12, you're supposed to smash a glass on the floor. Okay, so the idea is you're supposed to break some type of glass. So you have a glass in your hand and you smash the glass. Now, again, this comes from, I learned about it through Brazilian culture, but I know people in Greece also do it. I know that some Jewish people do it, or people of Jewish descent do it as well. So that's another tradition that you may want to adapt. Some folks eat fish. Okay, so a part of it, you could do your greens, your black eyed peas, your cornbread, and then some folks add fish. And the idea of fish is moving forward. Okay, so fish swim in one direction. The idea of the fish is that you are moving forward in life and you are not looking back. Okay, so eating fish is also a part of the tradition. We got to talk about the grapes. Okay, because it's not just grapes. A lot of cultures have a thing where you do something round, you have something round, right? So the grapes is native to Latin culture, Latinx culture, where specifically with the grapes, you are supposed to go under the table and you eat, in some Latin cultures, you eat 12 grapes. It's 12 to represent the number of months in the year, and some is 13 because you honor the lunar new year. So it's 13 moon cycles in the lunar new year. So if you are honoring the lunar new year and you're doing this January 22nd, which would be the lunar new year, then you would do 13 grapes, right? But you go under the table, you eat 12 grapes or 13 grapes, and each grape you get a wish. Now, the idea is you're supposed to do 12 grapes or 13 grapes in 30 seconds while sitting under the table, and that's supposed to represent love and luck. Okay, love, luck, or love and prosperity and abundance. Okay, so you do 12 grapes or 13 grapes within 30 seconds, and it's supposed to be when the clock strikes 12. So between 12 and 12:01, you should have consumed 12 grapes or 13 grapes. And that's a part of the culture, it's a part of the tradition. And again, this is across a lot of like Latin countries, Latin cultures. That's a part of their tradition. So like how we just talked about everything for hoodoo, this is a part of their culture and their tradition. Also, you're supposed to do it if you are doing it for prosperity and abundance in your love life. You're supposed to do it while wearing red panties, okay? Because in Catholicism, red represents the color of love in Catholicism. So you're supposed to do it wearing red panties. All right. So you have on your red drawers, your red underwear, boxers, whatever. You go up under the table and you eat 12 or 13 grapes before 12:01. That's the idea of it. So that's the one that I talked about earlier that's trending now, that's popular now on TikTok. And a lot of folks is talking about doing this. And sure, you can definitely do it. But that's where the idea comes from. It's their tradition. Another one is the empty luggage. You're supposed to get some luggage and you're supposed to run around the block with your luggage. If you want to travel, if that's something you're trying to manifest, you run around the block with your luggage so that you can manifest traveling. All right. So you got the fish, you eat your fish to represent moving forward. You go under the table at 12 o'clock and you have your grapes and you eat your 12 or your 13 grapes while you are under the table. Okay. And you got your red drawers on if you're trying to manifest love and prosperity and luck. Okay. So that's another one. Also, we got the breaking the glass. The breaking the glass, I think of Tasha Cobb's break every chain. Okay, you're breaking the chains. You're breaking the bonds of negative energy, and you are welcoming in the energy of love and abundance and light. Okay, so that's the breaking the glass. Of course, we got the traditional, you kiss somebody, you kissing somebody that you love. So if you are next to a partner, somebody that you in love with, you're supposed to turn around and kiss them. And when the clock strikes 12, and that represents love and abundance and deeper connection. Okay, so moving forward in that. So having something drop. So when the clock strikes 12, something is supposed to drop. So that's where like the whole thing of the ball dropping and all of that stuff. That you're supposed to have something drop, right? And the idea of that is you are supposedly having your blessings rain down. Okay, so something drops at the strike when the clock strikes 12. It's supposed to have something rain down, like your blessings rain down. So you can drop a ball, you can drop like a piece of fruit or anything that is round. So the idea of being connected to something that is round is being connected to the full circle of life and moving forward. Okay, so that's the whole idea of it. So have something round drop down. Now, some more juju. Now, this is cross-cultural, okay? Because we talked about having the broom at your door. We talked about laying the brick dust in hoodoo, laying the brick dust, your casserole, your salt at the front of your door. We also got to talk about the hanging of the onions or the garlic at your door. And this is also supposed to be for protection, but this is native to a lot of different. So I couldn't just credit this to hoodoo. Everything we talked about before is highly credited to hoodoo with the brick dust and the casserole. We talked about the black eyed peas and the greens and all that stuff, the salt in the corners and laying the coins down. A lot of that is, come on, that's traditional hoodoo. But the hanging the onions and the garlic at the door, at the threshold for protection, the reason I couldn't just only credit that to hoodoo is because that is across a lot of different cultures. So I can't only credit hoodoo for that. I know for a fact some Italians do it, some Greek people do it. I know it's popular in a lot of Latin countries to have a bag of onions or a garlic bulb hanging on a string at your front door. And again, that is done for protection. So you can do that as well if you feel led. Okay. If maybe you don't have the brick dust, maybe you don't have the eggshells to make your casserole, you can do that if you feel led. Now, we got to talk about thistle, having some type of thistle or rosemary or mistletoe or ivy or anything green to represent love and to bring the energy of love. So you can hang this over your bed. Okay, you hang it over your bed to attract love. So any type of ivy or thistle, rosemary, you can hang a bag of that or a stem of that over your bed to attract the energy of love. And that's another one that is associated with a lot of different cultures. Okay, a lot of different cultures. So I can't just credit that to one. Now, one of the ones that I feel like is the most fun, all right, is I'm trying to go to, matter of fact, let me just go to my phone. Because I asked my friend, I have a friend, y'all, who she's married to a Greek man. And she said that they're doing she called it her big fat Greek New Year. They're doing a Greek New Year. And I thought this was cool. So she said that you make some type of rice pudding or tapioca and you hide a prize in it. And everybody gets a bowl of it, and whoever, so essentially everybody gets a bowl of the rice pudding and the tapioca, and whoever finds it is the one who will be the most blessed and the most abundant. And then they have to get somebody to pass the prize to. So say for example, I make a tapioca pudding or I make rice pudding, I hide $1 in there, and I like, we've got several bowls of it, we pass the bowls all around the house. The prize is in one, or you can put a prize in each one, and then you find your prize, and then you pass it to somebody that you want to share your blessing and share your abundance with. So like everybody is exchanging their blessings and abundance with each other. So that's like one of their Greek New Year traditions that they are doing and moving forward in that. Okay. So again, all of this is to understand that as African Americans, we have hoodoo. We have the things that we do that we love, but other traditions, they also have their things that, you got the grapes, you got the luggage, you got the Greek traditions of the prize and the pudding. You have, the breaking of the glass. You have, I believe in Brazil, my friend was saying that in Brazil they do the jumping of the waves, where essentially you're supposed to ride 7 waves. And she was like, this year everybody gonna be at the beach because 2023 is the year of 7. So everybody gonna go to the beach and you're supposed to ride 7 waves. And the ride into 7 waves represents you jumping over the hurdles of life and achieving abundance, right? So they ride the 7 waves. Every culture has their beautiful, amazing things that they do. What do you feel led to do? What do you feel led to do? Thank you so much. I appreciate your donation, Ria. Thank you. What do you feel led to do? What is your spirit calling you to do? Do those old school traditional rituals. Do all of that. All of that. Do all of it. But also ask yourself, is my spirit leading me to do something new? Is my spirit leading me to try something new? If you want to if you want to make your greens and your black eyed peas and your cornbread and have your smoked pork and all of that on the stove, and you want to do all of that stuff, cool. And then your spirit is also leading you to vision board, and your spirit is also leading you to create a sigil, and also leading you to do some candle work, and also leading you to do the 12 grapes with the red panties on under the table. And it's also leading you to break the glass, and it's also leading you to go to a beach somewhere and jump the waves. And it's also, no matter what your spirit is leading you to do that. If you feel led to hang the onions in the garlic, hang the onions in the garlic. You feel led to hang the rosemary or the thistle or the ivy over your bed, the mistletoe over your bed, hang it over your bed. Do whatever it is that your spirit leads you to do. All of this is all about intention. All of this is all about intention. Your intention is what will manifest. It's not so much about the activities. It's not so much about, the actions. Of course, there's power in the actions, but the power behind the action is your intention. What is your why? What is your why? Why are you doing this? That's what's going to attract to you. If you're doing this for love and abundance, make sure that your mind is focused on love and abundance. You are doing this for peace. Make sure your mind is focused on peace. Make sure your mind is focused on light. Whatever you are doing this for is what will manifest. So keep your intentions aligned. As you are making those greens, cleaning those greens, Speak life into them greens. You de-stemming them greens, you rolling them up, you chopping them up. Speak life into them. These greens is for wealth. These greens are for abundance. These greens are for peace. These greens are for prosperity. You speak life into them greens. Okay, you mixing up them black eyed peas, you stirring the black eyed peas. Do that. Okay, do that, and speak life into them. These black eyed peas is for protection. These black eyed peas is for luck. This cornbread is representing the gold. This cornbread is for make the honey butter cornbread, huh? Make the honey butter cornbread. This cornbread, this honey is for love. This butter is representing prosperity and ease. Okay, so we add making this honey butter cornbread. Pour the batter in with intention. Speak life into the food as you create it. When you laying that salt down in the corners of your home, my home is protected. My home is full of love. My home is purified. My home is cleansed. Laying your casserole and your brick dust down. My home is protected. My home is purified. My home is protected. My home is purified. It's all about the intention. As you are doing these things, you need to be reciting mantras. Chanting mantras as you are doing all of this. As you are sweeping the floors of your home from corner to corner, my house is cleansed. I am well. I am protected. I am peaced. I am purified. Corner to corner. Chanting. Corner to corner. You just chanting. Okay? And have everybody in the house participate. You putting the money in them kids' hands so they could bring in the new year with some money in their hand. I am abundant. You are abundant. I am abundant. You are abundant. We are abundant. We are abundant. We are abundant. We are abundant. And you speaking life as you passing out that money and putting that money in them kids' hands. Okay? You kissing your partner as the year comes in. We are in love forever. We are forever, and our relationship is healthy. Our relationship is well. Okay, and you kiss your partner. You got your legs in the air with your money in your hand, and it's I was gonna say it's coming in. I mean, the new year. The new year is coming in, huh? Y'all manifesting, honey. Y'all manifesting. We are abundant. We are well. We are loved. Y'all manifesting. Huh? Them legs is in the air. The money is in your hand, huh? Y'all, the new year is coming in, huh? You coming, the year coming, huh? Y'all are manifesting. You're manifesting. You're manifesting. Speak mantras to each other, huh? Come on now. You taking your spiritual bath. You submerged in that water. You got your honey. You got your coconut. You got your calendula. You got all of your things, your rosemary in your bath water. You submerged in that bath water. You are chanting. Your legs is up, inverted. Your feet is over your head. Your legs is inverted, huh? Because you're attracting that good health. I am healthy. I am well. You're manifesting. You're manifesting. You got your pennies all around you. You got your dollars in your hand. You are manifesting. Okay, so again, it's all about the intention as you are doing these things. If you do choose to borrow something from another culture, give credit to that culture. Cultural exchange, not appropriation. If you choose to borrow something from another culture, give credit to that culture. Okay? Make sure you keep your windows open. Have your windows open. I know it's cold out, but as you are cleaning your home, especially, have your windows open so you can have somewhere for that energy to go, the energy that you don't desire. Okay? Make sure you feed your ancestors. Clean off your ancestor altar. New Year's Day, please, y'all, sit your ass down. New Year's Day, sit down. Sit down. If you are manifesting a life of ease, you need to sit down. You are manifesting a life of peace, sit down. New Year's Day is not the day to be washing clothes and to be running around trying to clean your house. The new year already hit. If your house dirty, your house dirty. Damn it, you waited. You waited too long. New Year's Day, sit down. I want you to sit. I want you to create. Okay? Sit, create. Create. Manifest from the divine feminine. Manifest from a spirit of creation. Okay? Vision board, journal, paint, draw something, build something, create, create. Sit down and create. Okay? That is what you do on New Year's Day. Eat you some good food, your black eyed peas, your greens, your cornbread, all of that. Eat your good food, your fish, okay? Have some salmon with it. Again, the fish represents moving forward. Make sure you got your coins in your hand. Put your plate on top of the coins and eat, eat, eat. Okay. Yes, salt repels negative energies. That's why we put the salt in the corners of our home. Okay, to protect your home from negative energy. After you clean, you lay your salt down, and it's to protect your home from negative energy. That's why you lay your salt down. So New Year's Day, you are relaxing, you are creating, you are eating good, you are being well, you are laughing, you are living in gratitude, you are being in joy. Okay, how you start your year is how your year shall thrive. At the end of the day, no matter what happens in that year, you will be well, you will be abundant, you will be love, you will be peace. And again, we are talking about energies. Okay, we are talking about energy. So the symbolisms, the symbols of how that energy shows up may be different for everyone. But at the end of the day, the energy is love, the energy is abundance, the energy is peace. Okay, family? I love y'all dearly. Thank you so much for coming and pulling up. I hope you enjoyed. And please um research more of traditions. Research more traditions from different cultures. I'm checking now my Instagram stories where I told y'all I had people share their what they like to do for New Year's, and I'm gonna just read some of them. Somebody said they like to have a fresh basket, a variety of fruits and nuts. That's something that they like to do for their new year. Somebody else said a completely clean house and washing all the bed. And thank you so much for your donation, Golden Lady. I appreciate that. That's how they like to do it. They said they like to declutter, cleaning. A lot of folks said cleaning. A lot of folks said cleaning. Coconut milk cleanse and a spiritual bath. Come on now, we talked about that. We talked about that, the coconut cleanse. Somebody said a clean house, cook a big meal, and they said they like to have a man go through the front door. That's something they like to do. Sister said, cleaning the house is the Caribbean way. Shout out to the Caribbean people. It's the Caribbean way, okay, to clean the house. Thank you, Mars and Neptune. I appreciate you. They said a new broom and mop and cleaning the house. Come on now. Come on. So they only clean with a new broom and new mop. Lighting a white candle, giving thanks and prayers, black eyed peas for good luck, black eyed peas and greens, blowing cinnamon in the house, cleaning my home. This person says shoes by the door with $1 in it to represent walking into abundance. Look at that. Shoes by the front door with $1 in the shoes to symbolize walking into abundance. That's a new one. I ain't never heard of that one. Shoes by the front door with $1 in it to represent walking into abundance. Yes, Queen. Yes, yes, yes. You. Oh dang. There we go. Yes, yes. You cook on Christmas Eve, on New Year's Eve. We used to cook it on New Year's Eve because you wanted the greens and the black eyed peas to be on the stove. So you bring in the new year with the greens, the black eyed peas, and the cornbread on the stove. And we used to do the black eyed peas on the right side, the greens on the left side, and the cornbread in the middle of the stove. Okay, so black eyed peas, greens, cornbread. So choose your sides, whatever, I'm not here to tell you, follow your spirit. You may want to do your black eyed peas on the left, greens on the right, cornbread in the middle, and anything else, wherever else you want to do it. But yes, we used to cook it on New Year's Eve so it could be on the stove. It had to be on the stove as the new year came in, and then New Year's Day, everybody starts eating on it. Okay, and enjoying it. So yes, yes, yes. And if you are an early bird and you like to fall asleep, y'all, do what's safe. Do what's safe for you. Please, please. Okay, y'all, but for the most part, everybody's saying the same stuff. Everybody's saying the same stuff. Clear. Most people are saying cleaning, 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 cleaning. But I like that. I like the shoes by the front door with the money in it. Thank y'all so much for the donations. I really appreciate y'all so much, family. But okay, we're gonna end the live here. I hope y'all took something away that y'all gonna practice and that y'all gonna do. Get your juju jars, clean your altar, do all your things, clean your home, keep them windows open. Okay, keep the windows open. Make sure you got your whatever food you feel led to. Put it on the stove. Okay, feed your family. put money in everybody's hand and in all your pockets for the kids, especially, okay? Because you know the kids represent the connection to the spirit world. So especially for the kids, make sure the kids, I don't care if it's a newborn, put a little dollar in that newborn baby hand, huh? Okay, and call that abundance energy in. If you got a partner, if your partner is not with you, call them up and y'all lick the phone or something. Okay, y'all can't kiss, but y'all can lick the phone. Do something. Huh? Do something. Okay, make sure your legs is in the air and you inverted. Huh? You got your money in your hands. Okay, do everything you need to do. Take your spiritual bath with your coconut milk and all the herbs and everything. Do what you got to do, but whatever you do it well. Do it with wellness centered intentions. And it is well, family. It is well. Remember, the energy, the energy is what matters. Do it with wellness centered intentions. And it is well. Okay, I love y'all so much. I will see y'all soon, family. And I should be seeing y'all before the new year. But if not, Wellness Community, we have our book club meeting tomorrow. Our book club meeting for Master Yourself is tomorrow. So I will see y'all tomorrow for our book club meeting, Wellness Community. YouTube family, I shall see y'all very, very soon. Y'all know Diddy had to come. Say bye, Diddy. Say bye, Diddy. Okay, you're supposed to be saying bye to the people. Okay, love y'all so much, family. I'll see y'all soon in peace.